KSN 12 News at 6.
Right now at 6, from joy to mayhem.
Oh my God, oh my God.
It was horrible, you'll never forget the sound.
A driver plowed into the Waukesha Christmas parade, killing 5 and injuring 48 others.
What I saw out of chaos and tragedy was heroes.
Tonight, the people who rushed to help strangers. Plus, 12 News investigates the suspect's checkered past involving charges he ran over a woman with his car just days before.
The suspect's lengthy criminal past and why he was released from jail just days before.
Tonight, we have extended coverage on the Waukesha Holiday Parade tragedy. 12 News at 6 goes a full hour with stories about the victims and survivors.
I'm reporting live tonight from Cutler Park, where a vigil for the victims just wrapped up about 20 minutes ago. It's still, you may be able to see behind me, people are still here, lingering, wanting to be together as the community takes steps to begin to heal. All of this after 5 people were killed, another 48 hurt when a car plowed through the Waukesha Christmas parade. A viewer shared with us video of the incident just moments before. Police say a driver slammed through a police barricade and plowed through the Waukesha Christmas parade yesterday, hitting dozens of people. The gunshots that person referenced were from a police officer who shot at the car trying to stop it. Authorities today released the names of those who died. They are Tamara Durand, she was 52. Wilhelm Haspel, he was 81. Jane Coolidge, also 52. Leanna Owen was 71. And Virginia Sorensen was 79. 3 are members of the Dancing Grannies group. The man who died was at the parade with the Grannies, and 12 News is still working to get photos of all of them. We have team coverage of this tragic incident tonight.
We begin with Nick Bohr live in Waukesha. Nick.
Hi, Patrick. Right, this community is certainly dealing with this tragedy tonight. You can still see the marks on the pavement here. This is where some of the evidence was, where many of the victims were struck by that vehicle. And as you can see across the street there, while that suspect is in jail tonight, this community is in mourning. A 6 decades-long holiday tradition suddenly, horribly transformed.
Oh my God, oh my God.
Last night, our wonderful Waukesha parade became the scene of a horrific tragedy. Last night, that parade became a nightmare.
Police say 39-year-old Daryl Brooks of Milwaukee drove his SUV into marchers and dancers. 5 dead, 48 more injured, many of them children.
We actually had a squad and barricades up, and he drove right through the barricades and the officers. When the officer tried to engage and stop the threat, he still continued through the crowd.
An officer fired into the SUV to stop the driver, but he kept going through the parade and exited into the Carroll University neighborhood, where a witness who doesn't want to be identified saw Brooks ditch the car in a driveway.
He got out of the car, he started walking this way, he turned around, grabbed his head and said, "Oh, F," and turned around and took off. He obviously was scared, confused, didn't know what to do. I mean, he was just freaking out, basically.
Police arrested Brooks nearby. He's awaiting formal charges, but police say they'll recommend 5 counts of first-degree intentional homicide for starters.
I responded to the scene, and what I saw out of chaos and tragedy was heroes. First responders and the community coming together.
And Nick, there was a lot of concern when this initially happened that perhaps it could be domestic terrorism or that there were other suspects involved, but police set the record straight about that today, didn't they?
Yes, they did, Joyce. They say that Brooks was at the scene of a reported domestic violence incident involving a knife. He wasn't there by the time they got there. In fact, this whole incident started before they could ever arrive on the scene, but they say he acted alone, that it wasn't an act of terrorism, rather an act apparently of rage in this case, one with devastating effect on this community.
Nick Bohr reporting live. We have more about the suspect's background now. The 39-year-old suspect had 2 open felony cases in Milwaukee County. One for allegedly running over his child's mother with a car, and another for shooting at others. WISN 12 News' Hillary Mintz investigates his criminal past and why a pandemic court backlog and low bail played a role in his recent release.
The suspect, Darrell Brooks, posted $1,000 bail, got out of Milwaukee County Jail just 5 days before police say he drove through the Waukesha parade. Now the district attorney's office says that low bail was a mistake.
He was going quite fast.
Richard Locks was watching his son and niece in the Waukesha South Band when a red SUV came barreling down Main Street through the parade.
The left side of my vision, I see this car come through, that red SUV. On the south side of the street, so opposite where my son was, went through the band and the spectators.
His family was okay, but the manhunt was on.
The police presence down the street was huge.
Locke says the suspect, Darrell Brooks, drove through his backyard, ditched the SUV, and took off.
Traveled through to the neighbors there and went around, ran over the stumps, and then went around the corner.
These Carroll University students saw the banged-up SUV with a bullet hole through the windshield and called police.
The cops were here right away, and they kind of told us we had to stay inside.
Online court records show the 39-year-old Milwaukee man's been in and out of jail since 1999, charged with 16 crimes. Before the parade, he had 2 open felony cases in Milwaukee County. One from July 2020 when police say he fired shots at people after a fight and illegally possessed a gun as a felon. Bail was set at $10,000, but due to a pandemic backlog, the DA's office says they couldn't ensure a speedy trial, and bail was reduced to $500, which he posted in March. Earlier this month, police say he ran over his child's mother with his 2010 maroon Ford Escape at a gas station near Appleton and Capitol. He posted $1,000 bail for that case and was released just last week. Now, in an unusual admission, the district attorney's office says the bail was, quote, inappropriately low, adding, quote, the bail recommendation in this case is not consistent with the approach of the Milwaukee County District Attorney's Office toward matters involving violent crime, nor was it consistent with the risk assessment of the defendant. And the district attorney's office says this is now the subject of an internal investigation to figure out how that bail recommendation happened. In Milwaukee, Hillary Mintz, WISN 12 News.
12 News has also learned that once Brooks was released in Milwaukee County, he was transported to Waukesha County on a paternity warrant and later released. Let's talk more about the victims. As we mentioned, members of the Dancing Grannies are among the victims of this incident. 12 News was told 4 of the people who died are associated with the iconic group. Another member is in a hospital tonight. Family and friends are only beginning to process what happened.
It's hard to process. It really is. I mean, when you're right in front of you and they get hit and you witness it, it's extremely difficult to process. And one of the girls that got hit, this was her very first parade. She was only 52. It was hard for her and hard for her parents.
The woman she's referencing is Tammy Durand. Tammy's husband tells us tonight Tammy was a vibrant, loving, and warm woman who we will all miss deeply already. Her memory will bring joy to all who knew her. And we are also told 79-year-old Virginia Sorensen was the group's leader. We're going to bring in Kent Wainscott now. Kent is at Children's Wisconsin, where they were busy processing more than 12 children who were taken there.
Yeah, 18 children in all transported here to Children's, Joyce. And among those who were injured are several members of a dance group, the Waukesha Extreme Dance Team. Now, we've got some photos of that group just minutes before the parade began on Sunday. The team members and some family members of team members say that up to 10 of the girls on that dance squad were hurt in the incident, some very seriously. We spoke with a mom and her 10-year-old daughter who were both on the parade route as part of that group when tragedy happened.
There was a lot of chaos. I looked back and I saw a girl go flying. I was really scared and worried about what happened to my friends and stuff.
I'm thankful that we were okay. At the same time, very sad, angry, hurt, crying over that someone could be so senseless to do this to innocent people that were just enjoying a holiday parade.
So very sad. Kent, do we know the extent of the injuries to those members of the dance team?
You know, not officially, Joyce, but one family member of one of the injured children who's launched a GoFundMe for that child and her family reported that the young girl has some very severe injuries, broken bones, severe internal injuries, that she is in very, very bad shape. And the dance mom that we spoke with said that, in fact, a few of the children suffered very, very serious injuries, and they're believed to be among the 10 children that Children's Wisconsin reported earlier today are still in intensive care here. Joyce.
So many people hoping and praying for their recovery. Thanks very much, Ken. Patrick, I'll send it back to you.
All right, Joyce, thank you. And during the chaos, members of the community jumped in to help the victims. 12 News' Adrienne Pedersen talked with a business owner who couldn't believe what she was seeing and hearing.
We're standing here at Main and Broadway in downtown Waukesha, and I want to show you something. If you take a look in the street here, you can see all of these orange circles. These are evidence markers. Now, just beyond this, take a look at this local cafe. I talked to a woman who owns this with her husband. She lives upstairs with her family. She heard loud noises and rushed out to help.
I thought I heard like balloons popping, and it was actually little kids being hit by the car. There was a little boy with a broken leg, multiple fractures, and I said, I'm a nurse, and he just reached up and he held my hand, and he was stabilized. It was horrible. You'll never forget the sound. The screaming and just helping parents try to find the rest of their family. I put a little girl in the back of a squad with her dance coach, and the dad was making the decision, does he get in the car? Does he go try and find his wife and other kids? Walking down the streets and seeing the fatalities, and it just, as a mother, it's your worst nightmare. And as a business owner, you just hope your community can come back stronger and together.
Adrienne Pedersen with that interview. Waukesha business owners are now brainstorming ways to try to help the community heal. The city of Waukesha says a resource center has been set up at Carroll University for all victims. It'll be open from 2 until 6 o'clock tomorrow evening and 9 in the morning until 1 in the afternoon on Wednesday. We have more information about help available for victims and their families on WISN.com. A vigil for the victims and those injured wrapped up a short time ago in Cutler Park. 12 News' Ben Wagner is there. Ben?
Patrick, it was a truly moving scene to see just how many people were here in Cutler Park tonight. It was shoulder to shoulder from where I'm standing all the way to the front of the stage. Hundreds, if not thousands, here tonight coming together collectively in this community to grieve. They heard from a number of different faith groups who are offering prayers and support to the community tonight. We also heard from Waukesha's mayor again, who said that this is just the beginning of the healing process and many will have a much longer road ahead. He was calling for prayers tonight for Waukesha. Take a listen.
Tonight I thank you for being here, because even though there will be many painful nights ahead, and whether it is grieving the loss of a loved one, or the healing from physical injuries, or recovering from extreme emotional pain, our presence says that we, as a community, will work together to help all heal.
Such a close-knit community here, too, in Waukesha. We talked with a number of people here tonight. It seemed like everybody we talked to knew somebody who was affected or was injured or had lost their life in the parade tragedy from yesterday. Also in attendance here today were both Senator Tammy Baldwin and Senator Ron Johnson. I got a chance to speak with both of them. They were here more to offer their condolences and support, but they also do say, Patrick, federal government will be ready to support Waukesha in any way it can.
The community healing together. Ben Wagner reporting live in Waukesha tonight. For continuing coverage and up-to-date developments on this story, head to our website, WISN.com. There, you can also find a link to donate to help the victims. Now, let's get you to Weather Watch 12. Mark, it's been cold all day, and tonight will be frigid.
Yeah, temperatures dropping back down to the teens, and that's the actual temperatures. And then the wind chill will be down to the single digits for some of you. The good thing is tonight, the winds will die down some. We're 29 degrees. We did hit a high today of 36 in Milwaukee. It's a live look at Drexel Town Square. And yeah, be ready. These temperatures will be going down pretty quickly, heading through the 20s and then, yes, into the teens if you're inland, even a little bit colder than that. The nice thing is there's more sunshine on the way, and there's also a warm-up when we'll get back into the mid-50s coming up on Weather Watch 12.
All right, Mark, thank you. Let's go back now to Joyce in Waukesha.
Yeah, Patrick, I am in Cutler Park where a vigil for the victims of the horrific parade accident just wrapped up about 40 or so minutes ago. I'm going to continue to report live here from Cutler Park, and we're coming up next. We're going to speak to some band members who were in the middle of the horrific scene at the parade.
Hey there, I'm Diana Gutierrez. Join us tomorrow morning on 12 News This Morning. From the roads to the sky, we could see a return to pre-pandemic levels this week as millions of Americans are on the move before Thanksgiving. What you need to know for your holiday travel this year. Lindsay?
And temperatures are definitely going to be something you want to pay attention to. The wind chills could feel like the teens for some of us. I'll talk about our trends as we go through the rest of this Thanksgiving week. That's coming up on the news starting at 4:30.
Hurt in an accident? Call Gruber Law Offices today.
I'm meteorologist Lindsay Slater here to help you plan. My bus stop forecast prepares the kids for school. My 12-hour forecast shows you the whole day. And my what to wear forecast helps you with one of the day's biggest decisions.
Lindsay Slater on WISN 12 News This Morning.
I was a Navy submariner for over 20 years. I spent a large portion of my life underwater. Service is about putting your country before yourself. But Senator Ron Johnson uses his office to serve himself. Ron Johnson passed a special tax break that benefited his family's business, then cashed out of the company for $5 million. Ron Johnson has doubled his wealth since he's been elected. That's not what service is about. Tell Ron Johnson to stop voting for tax laws that benefit himself.
Spectrum Mobile is reinventing wireless again. Introducing the best deal in mobile. Unlimited on 2 or more lines for just $29.99 a line. All on a nationwide 5G network that provides the best overall experience and reliability. Call 844-677-2999.
Unlimited for $29.99. This offer's going to take off.
We changed the rules when we introduced mobile with no contracts, no added taxes, and no hidden fees. And now we're doing it again, making it easier to get unlimited for less with our best deal ever. Get unlimited from Spectrum Mobile for just $29.99.
That's amazing. It's the best deal in mobile.
Join the millions who've switched and get the best deal in mobile. Unlimited talk, text, and data with nationwide 5G included for just $29.99 and save up to 60%. Call 844-677-2999. Click SpectrumMobile.com or visit a store near you.
Your eyes are everything. They're how you see the world and connect with others. At Shopco Optical, your eyes are everything to us too, which is why we offer everything to help you see better and look better. A huge selection of designer frames, convenient locations, and experienced optometrists. We're Shopco Optical. You'll see.
Celebrate Eye Care Month this November and get 33% off a complete pair of glasses.
Are you injured?
My chest hurts when I breathe.
We need to open the duct and oxygenate her blood.
In my 15 years here, nothing like this has ever happened.
What is very local? It's very southeastern Wisconsin, very Milwaukee. It's your local streaming channel, trusted local news, local weather, and more. Very local. Install it now on your Roku or Amazon Fire TV.
We're back with a live look at Cutler Park in Waukesha. A vigil there wrapped up within the last 40 minutes. You can see people are still in the park at this hour. The community is remembering and honoring the victims of the holiday parade tragedy. 5 people died, at least 48 others were injured yesterday. Today, Waukesha Police Chief Dan Thompson got emotional when describing the moments after the SUV plowed through the parade.
Minutes after the incident occurred, I responded to the scene, and what I saw out of chaos and tragedy was heroes. First responders and the community coming together and working together on triaging victims, the fire department, working in partnership with the fire department, getting these victims to the hospital.
As we talk about victims, several members of the Waukesha South High School marching band are among the victims. Also, the driver barely missed hitting students from Catholic Memorial High School who were walking along the parade route.
As 12 News' Terry Sater reports, Catholic Memorial held a prayer service for the community today.
Waukesha High School marching band recorded just seconds before several musicians were hit by the SUV. This video is from Kelly Kowalewski. Her little sister in a dance group in front of the band escaped harm.
Whoa! Oh my God! Oh my God!
Still shaken, Kelly didn't want her face shown, but told us about it.
All of a sudden, out of nowhere, just comes this SUV flying down. It was the most horrific experience of my life, actually.
And this GoFundMe page, quote, Aiden is a senior at Waukesha South High School. He was hit by the SUV. It goes on to say he suffered fractured ribs, severe bruising, and stitches. This is not the way a family should enter their holiday season. And another GoFundMe page for another band member, Eric Teagues. The page says he was seriously injured and is at Children's Hospital of Wisconsin's intensive care unit.
Waukesha South isn't the only high school impacted by the parade tragedy. Catholic Memorial students were also there.
The car was like this close to us and sped right past us to my left.
Isabella Maher is captain of the Catholic Memorial Palms team that was walking in the parade. Her teammates in tears at a prayer service.
We saw some people lying on the ground, and we thought that maybe somebody got hurt up ahead and the car was going to them, but then everybody started freaking out. I started honestly checking the bodies that were on the street to make sure that they weren't anybody that I knew.
Catholic Memorial Parade chaperone Angela Cooper says a priest who was hit, treated at a hospital and released, took part in Monday's service.
I can't get the images out of my head, and I know these students can't either.
In Waukesha, Terry Sater, WISN 12 News.
And Waukesha Public Schools announced they will not resume classes until next Monday because of the parade tragedy. Let's take a look at weather now with Chief Meteorologist Mark Baden.
Mark, we have another cold night ahead of us.
We do. Temperatures will be dropping pretty quickly as we head throughout the evening hours and the overnight hours. We're going to be going down into the teens for temperatures, and the wind chills will make it feel a little bit colder than that. But here's some good news. We're talking about travel, and of course, thousands of you will be traveling, and the weather is going to cooperate. And not just here in the upper Midwest, not just here in southeastern Wisconsin, but really across the entire state and most of the country. There's not going to be a whole lot going on, including right now, a little bit of cloud cover out to the west of us and more cloud cover to the north and west. But overall, a fair amount of sunshine in the forecast for tomorrow. High pressure going to do its thing. It's going to help us out. So let's go into tomorrow. Nice day. Now it's going to start cold. Then the wind goes out of the south, and the wind will pick up yet again. It has been an incredibly windy month. November's generally windy, but not usually this windy. So then we're going to watch this cold front. We take you into Wednesday morning. Clouds are moved back in. We're going to have a cloudy day on Wednesday, but it is going to be warm and warmer than what we get for tomorrow. Winds will be out of the southwest. That's really going to boost our temperatures. And I think the rain's going to stay down to the south of us as high pressure moves back in. But one thing to know as we head into Thanksgiving morning, it's going to be noticeably colder. Let's talk high temperatures for tomorrow. 45 in Milwaukee. It's about our average now for this time of year. But look at this warmth. This pocket of warmth will move in our direction, so we'll get into the mid-50s. That is well above average as we head into Wednesday. And then on Thursday, things will be changing for the cooler side. Really, as we look at if you're flying out of Milwaukee, Chicago, Madison, or Minneapolis, all these airports should be fine. Might get a little breeze as that front comes through, but I don't think we're going to see many delays due to weather, which is great news. 3 days away, that's it from Thanksgiving. Hanukkah starts in 6 days. St. Nick is 14 days away, and just 33 days until Christmas. Of course, gun deer season continues. Cold for now, but we're warming up on Wednesday. Lots of wind, mainly dry, so again, little to no tracking snow. That'll be all the way into this weekend. Here's the wind. Southerly at 15 to 25, southwesterly 15 to 25, northwesterly bringing in the colder air for Thanksgiving. But again, it stays windy each and every day. We just can't get rid of it. Take you outside live right now, 29 degrees currently in Brookfield. Wind chills down to 18 right now in Waukesha. 45 and 55, so that's going to warm things up, and then it's going to be windy and cold again, and pretty darn cold if you're shopping on Friday. If you want to be those early birds, get those deals. No thanks. 38 degrees on Saturday, 40 degrees on Sunday. Again, the nice thing is it's Thanksgiving week, and the majority of those travel times should be A-OK with not much, if any, rain or snow in the forecast.
But the hunters would like that tracking snow. All right, thanks very much, Mark.
It makes you sad that that stuff continues to happen in our world.
Coming up next, the messages from the Packers, Brewers, and Bucks about the holiday parade tragedy.
Tomorrow morning on GMA.
Welcome to the best party ever, the Dancing with the Stars after party.
Yes, the Mirrorball champions and the final couples will be jetting over night 2.
Good morning, America.
Don't miss the Good Morning America dancing after party tomorrow on
Good Morning America.
12 News, brought to you by Cannon and Dunphy.
Things go wrong even when you do everything right. According to the last report from the Wisconsin DOT, one bicyclist is injured or killed every 10 hours. If you've been injured in a bicycle accident, we can help. Call Cannon and Dunphy.
It's been a long time since Democrats and Republicans worked together to get something big done for the country. But Joe Biden just made it happen. The bipartisan infrastructure deal is a once-in-a-generation investment in America that puts Americans back to work, rebuilding roads and bridges, brings manufacturing supply chains back to the U.S., and replaces lead pipes so families have clean drinking water. For Joe Biden, it's about building a stronger economy and a stronger country.
At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, we offer genuine value every day. So on Black Friday, you know the savings will be amazing with deals up to 50% off or more throughout the store. Like over 65% off this Mr. Coffee mug set, half off this Milwaukee drill driver kit or drill and drive set. Save $80 on this Singer sewing machine and special buy pet beds just $7.99. Save up to 50% or more at Blaine's Farm and Fleet's Black Friday sale. Doors open at 6 a.m.
Our $25,000 home makeover sweepstakes is back, and so are the chances to save by making your home weather tight. Sign up in seconds and be automatically enrolled for our monthly $1,000 drawings. Visit weathertightcorp.com today.
Hi, I'm Joe Fazio. Things are changing. Again. Actually, change is constant, and Commerce State Bank is always up to it. We're ready to roll whenever and however it works best for you. We are the hybrid bank, with real people ready to help when you need us, and great technology to access your money when you need it. Earning relationships with a personal touch. Commerce State Bank. Together, let's roll.
It's the season of smiling. At Aspen Dental, feel the comfort and joy of natural-looking dentures and find the perfect fit for you and your budget. Because right now, all dentures are 20% off. Feel the difference of a state-of-the-art smile, custom crafted in our on-site labs and made in as little as a day. Start your new year feeling all right. Save 20% on all quality dentures and give yourself the gift of endless smiles. Call 1-800-ASPEN-DENTAL or book online today.
This was a very serious accident for the both of us. We were both in a lot of pain.
We went to Cannon and Dunphy, and we were introduced to Al Feckler. Al got the best settlement for us that we could have asked for.
Our coverage of the holiday parade tragedy in Waukesha continues.
12 Sports' Stephanie Sutton shows us how the Packers, Brewers, and Bucks are expressing their condolences.
Certainly, it makes you sad that that stuff continues to happen in our world.
During his Monday news conference in Green Bay, I asked Packers head coach Matt LaFleur about the holiday parade tragedy.
What is your reaction to the horrific events?
Yeah, Stephanie, that's, man, it sure does put life in perspective. I saw the video last night, and it's absolutely horrifying, chilling. You know, my heart goes out to everybody down there, and always gives you a pretty good perspective, especially after, you know, you suffer a loss, what really matters in the world.
The Packers, Brewers, and Bucks all took to social media following the deadly incident. All three sports teams sending their thoughts and condolences to those impacted by this horrific event and their gratitude to the first responders. J.J. Watt, who grew up a short distance from Waukesha, among the NFL stars who reached out to the community, thanking those who rushed to action and helped the wounded. Hours before the Bucs home game on Monday, guard Grayson Allen also weighed in.
I mean, it's horrible, and it feels like we're seeing these things, like type of things, way too often. Just random, senseless, no justification, violent acts for no reason, and have prayers out for the families and those affected. And it's horrible, and you can't find words or reasons for why.
Stephanie Sutton, WISN 12 News.
And the tragedy also hit close to home for the Milwaukee Admirals.
In their statement today, the team said in part, quote, "Our hearts go out to those who have been impacted by what happened, especially the Waukesha Extreme Dance Team, who has performed at Admirals games for many seasons."
And we'll be right back.
Today's time and temperature brought to you by UW Credit Union.
At UW Credit Union, you'll find we have home loans for whatever home you're looking for. Big homes, little homes, first homes, second homes, and your home. UW Credit Union, here for every you. Equal opportunity lender.
It's Menards' last 11% rebate sale of 2021, and it's a great time to update your appliances. We offer America's favorite brands, including Whirlpool, Amana, KitchenAid, Maytag, and Criterion. Check out the huge in-stock selection to take home today at the lowest prices. Upgrade to new energy-efficient appliances and save 11%. Stop